Hey everybody, it's me, Leaf. Today we're just going to do a really basic tutorial on Google Maps API. Next video that I post here, and the link will be in the description below when it's posted, is going to be about the Google Places API and how to integrate that, autocomplete or search results and stuff like that into your map. But this tutorial, we're just going to work on a basic map. We're going to embed it into a website, and we're also going to get the user's current location and send you the map based on that location. So let's get right into it. It's going to be pretty simple, shouldn't take us super long. The first thing we're going to have to do is, if you've never used Google Maps API before, you're going to have to go to Google Maps API.com or whatever, the Google landing page for that, and then you're going to have to put in your billing information, and you'll get an API key. So I already have my API key, of course, and I'm going to paste this line of code right here. So there's a couple things happening here. Obviously, I'm going to blur my API key. So the first thing is, this is asynchronous. We should make it asynchronous. And then the next thing we're going to do here is, after the key, we have an ampersand and then callback equals init Google. Basically what this does is, when this script is finished loading, when we actually get access to the API and the libraries around it, we're going to call this function. So remember, this doesn't happen instantly. This is asynchronous. So we have to wait for Google to give us the data. But then once it does, we're going to init Google, call this function. So I already have an init Google function made here, and this is going to contain some basic information. I made an object here called location, and this object, which is important for creating the map, is called options. So options, we take a center, which takes an object of latitude and longitude, and then we have a zoom. These are the only two required fields in an option, but there are more fields that we can set in custom. I'm not going to get into that right now because we don't need it for this particular tutorial. But then we have this line that actually creates the map. So we're going to do map equals new Google Maps.map document.getElementById map, comma, options. So what's happening here? We're using this line here to create the map. This selects the document.getElementById. I don't believe we've made it yet. We have not, but we will make that in a second. We're going to get a div element called map, and then we're going to pass it the objects function, or the options function rather, which has the options object, which has the information base that they need to create the map up based off of. Great. So we're going to go here into the body, and we're going to copy and paste some code from my other instance of Visual Studio Code here, so you don't have to hear my loud clicking. This makes a div with the ID of map and sets the height up to 1,000 pixels and the width to 1,000 pixels. I'm going to save this, and I'm going to save this, and this should be enough to run a basic map. Let's right-click on here, or right-click here rather, and open with a live server. And this should work. Great. So this drops us somewhere randomly in Pennsylvania. I just chose some random coordinates. And maps with Google, exclamation point. Let's take a look at anything else special going on. Not really, just makes this map. We can zoom in, we can zoom out. These types of interactions that you can have with the map gets controlled in the options object. There's several fields that you can put in here. But again, we're just going to leave it like this for now. All right, so now we have to find the geolocation of a user. And with that information, we're going to center the map appropriately, if they give us access, of course, to that information. So first thing we're going to have to do, I'm going to delete this line here, because this becomes not relevant for this. We're going to go if navigator.geolocation. Now this returns a Boolean. So if navigator.geolocation, that means that the browser has geolocation support. Basic thing we're going to do is we're going to console.log, geolocation is here. So else, what are we going to do? Well, we're just going to say geolocation is not supported, and we're just going to create a map and drop us somewhere in Pennsylvania, United States. I don't know where exactly that is, but just a random coordinate that I set. Well, if they do have the geolocation on, we are going to do something special. We are going to get the current position. So let's use this function here provided by the navigator.geolocation current position. And get current position, if we scroll over here, says that it takes a success callback, a position callback, or an error callback. The only two we're going to use is a success callback and an error callback. So what's happening here is when we input this this function here, we're going to get a little prompt in our browser that asks us, this Chrome browser would like to know your location, right? You've all seen those before. And if we accept that, then this returns the successful callback. If you say no to that, then it's going to return the error callback. So let's handle those real quick. So let's first handle the success. And this callback, we're not going to do anything super complicated here. We're just going to get the lat and the longitude, the latitude and the longitude, and we are going to return. We're going to create the map rather. Just format everything nicely. Great. So what this code exactly does is location dot lat, so that's this object, equals lock.coords.latitude, and this is the exact position of the user, right? And then same thing with the longitude. And then we're going to write the map with the new set of options, or the new location rather. Make sense? All right, pretty easy. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to handle the error. Let's add a comma here. Oh, not here. Then we're going to handle the error. So if they say no, here's what we're going to do. So if they say no, we're going to print out to the console, user click no, and then we're just going to create the basic map that we would normally create. Great. So it's definitely not the most intuitive code of all time, but let's see how it runs. We're going to save everything. And I'm not exactly sure why it's not. Oh, it just automatically, for me, it didn't even prompt. I think I've done this before. So typically for you guys, if you've never done this before, I believe it would prompt you and ask you if you're allowed. But in my case, it just dropped me right where I am. I live near Albany, New York. So let's just reload it again. Just dropped at the position of my current location. And yeah, it's pretty simple code. Not too much going on here. One thing that we would like to do next video is we're going to add in a little, like maybe an input field here with an autocomplete text, and wherever the user clicks on that autocomplete or that location, so say you search for your local Jimmy John's or whatever, you click that, and that would return the position and center the map appropriately. Or we could just drop a marker, something like that. So that kind of code is really easy to build, but we're going to do that in the next episode. I really appreciate you guys watching this video. Really helps me out a lot. If you learned something from this, you could leave a like, and if you like the way that I show this content off, please subscribe. That would be great. Thank you guys so much for watching the video, of course, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thank you.